What's up guys, Hoarder here. If you didn't see last week's video, we are metal detecting this beautiful house that goes all the way back to 1740, right across the street from an inn that George Washington slept in. So we were really hoping to find some incredibly old period pieces. So far in the front yard, we got some really extraordinary things, like my King George VI weird shaped penny going back to the 1940s, a handful of silver coins, including a couple of Roosevelt dimes, even two much older barber dimes, one going back to the 1800s, and all sorts of awesome relics like the sterling silver Mary charm encased in glass, the good luck token issued from Wanamaker's going all the way back to like the 1880s, even the homeowner himself pulling an 1860s 2-cent piece, a coin that's really scarce to find, and we only get about 2 of them a year. Well, if you liked last week's video, you are going to love this one. Coins much older, much bigger, and silver, enormous in size. Wait till you guys see it. It's going to be an incredible day. And if you want to see more, make sure you tune in this Thursday evening for the quarter after live after show, where we're going to be talking more about all the finds and even answering questions in the live chat. We might even have some giveaways along the way. But sit back and relax, and I hope you guys enjoy part 2 of the incredible George Washington in-house. And I will see you at the end. Later. All right, we just got done cleaning up Steve's 2-center, and Doug yelled out that he's got something as old as the house. Yes. Now the house is 1740.
Well, look at what I found.
All right, I'm gonna say, I mean, that's gonna be a heck of a find if you do have one. And I'm looking.
I put it right on top of the plug.
Oh, I got these heavy duty glasses on. I can't see any. It's an old button. Oh, it's a nice concave one too.
Yeah.
I don't think it goes back quite that far. I think it's going to be closer to like 1830.
Really, you think?
Yeah, I do. Now, that's still one of the oldest things of the day. Maybe it's still the oldest thing of the day.
Yeah.
What number did that come up?
42.
42.
Yeah, it's copper.
It's a concave, one-piece, pretty thick button.
Yep.
Full shank on there.
Just bent over.
Might even warrant a quick brush down, Doug, just so I can truly see the beauty of it.
Yep.
All right, there's Doug's button, and it is a concave button. If I hold it like this, you can kind of see the concaviness.
Concaviness.
Whatever the word is, you get what I'm saying. But what's cool about it is on the back side, I can't read it, Doug, and I don't know if the light's going to help or not. It's a unique manufacturer's name, I believe.
Okay.
And I can't even begin to read it. I just see letters here and there.
Okay.
If we can figure it out later, I would love to see if it was like a small local guy.
Maybe from Philadelphia.
It could be. I mean, I'm sure it's not from Alaska. But well, he did it again. He's in the hot little section over here. 2 barbers. He was just digging a 29 signal, and he pulled out the first Indian of the day, and a 29 is very low. It's so muddy back here. I mean, look under my boot just from a standing. It's not like it was poured rain either. Low water or high water table.
It's not in good shape.
No, the coppers have been all terrible shape. Charlie, you and I together are probably closing on 30 wheat pennies, and they're all in terrible condition.
Hard to see. 18 something.
Oh, you don't have your light on you, do you, Rich?
Yep.
A little side light will help immensely. Oh, there we go. So there's the Indian orientation.
1871?
Really?
That might be my first 1870s Indian.
And you might want to make sure that that's not a 77. It's hard to tell, but I think it is a 71. Might be worth cleaning up just to make sure, because the key date, the hardest one to find of the whole Indian penny set, is that 77. But if I don't come back, it was a 71. Still a great coin, not quite as rare as that 77.
Yep.
But if anybody finds it, it's going to be this sucker right here.
Maybe.
Good job, man.
Thank you.
Well, Dog Tag Doug might have a winner here. We're going to start a live dig. We're going to see how it goes, Doug.
All right.
Here's the signal that Doug had. Right there.
And it is small.
Now that could be a silver quarter. Heck, it could be a copper. It's about 6 inches. Good luck, Dougie.
Thank you.
We're gonna attempt a live dig. Now, if we hit a lot of roots and it's gonna take a while, we might have to come back. If he hits a nice clean patch where there's no roots, it should be a faster excavation.
Still there.
Still there? I'm hoping for the best. All right, Doug got down to it. It's still down there, but he's
Right there.
Yep, he's hitting it there under a root still, but because he's right on it. Yeah, and I'm going to try to hold these roots out of the way. Yeah, get under that root, I think.
There it is, right there, isn't it?
Oh, is that it?
Is that it?
Oh, is that it?
What did I tell
Doug!
you? What did I tell you?
Oh, it's going to be a
It's
walker,
a barber,
I think.
Oh, no, a walker.
It's a walker. You son of a gun.
My God.
Doug, that's amazing.
A walker.
It's still, look at that, way under another root.
That's what should have happened right across over there.
Look at that, Rich.
Ooh.
That is beautiful.
Let me see if I can get a date.
Doug, I'd
proud
pop
of
more
you there.
out and see if it.
That's fantastic.
Awesome.
I don't want to rub it, Doug. We're gonna spray it and come back. But it's gonna be a beautiful walker. You get a lot of these too. It's like number 8 for you.
Yeah.
Let's clean it up and see what year he's got. Well, there's Dougie's coin. Beautiful 1937 Walking Liberty, silver $50, 90%er. I wish I could have stayed with the live dig. It took us a while to fish it out from those roots.
Right under that root.
But once he got it, man, he got it. There's the backside, beautiful perched eagle. You can see there's a small D over at around 7 o'clock for Denver. So this is a Denver mint. And we looked it up, 1.6 million minted. So, you know, on the scarcer side, I'll say. But that's absolutely incredible. And if anybody's going to get a $50 today, it's birthday Doug, Charlie.
Hey, boy.
And Doug has a pocket of these halves in his career. I think this is probably like number 8 or so for you.
Somewhere around there, yeah.
You do get a lot of them, and this one is an extra sweet one. The big birthday silver.
Yeah. It sounded real good for the most part, but did get a little choppy when you went to, with the root, but it was good enough to dig.
Doug, it's really strange how this hobby works. We've been out here all day in this little area, and every time we finish one pass and we go, well, we're gonna go back over it again, we find more things, more silver. Your $50 was a recheck. We're now doing a third sweep, and Rich just thinks he has a copper.
We can't get out of this area.
No, you hit something from a slightly different direction, you get a different sound, and let's take a look and see what he's got.
It's in the clump.
Oh, in the clump.
Right here.
Let me see, Rich.
I guess it could be a button, but it did ring up like a penny.
It looks too
So,
big.
All right, I don't even see a rounded edge. It's still kind of hard to see. It looks like it's going to be.
Yeah, it's rounded. Look at that. That's a copper.
Oh man, that might be
is
a half
huge.
cent. It looks thin and really, really worn.
It is really, really worn.
I'm seeing some detail though.
Yeah, there's
There's a
a
bust.
Oh, I see it.
right-facing bust.
Yeah, it looks like a drape bust. Oh no, no,
No, it's
No,
a George.
it's a King George.
King George.
It's
George
a King
the First.
George.
George the First, right?
Yes.
It could be a King George III that also faced this direction.
Yeah.
Either way,
It's
1700s.
good. Yes.
The first thing that gets back into the 17s. And how deep was it, Rich?
About 5 inches.
Wow, that's incredible. I don't know if we're going to get any more detail off of it than what you're looking at.
Well, the bottom of the bust may be the giveaway as to whether it's a 1 or a 3.
Well, hopefully you're right. There's so little detail left
Yeah.
on it. I'm just not sure. But pretty gosh darn incredible there, Rich. You've been really kicking some butt today. Coins through the centuries.
Yep.
All right, Charlie just said he's got shiny. Man, everyone's starting to get on some good stuff now. Is it dime or quarter size?
Smaller than a dime. I'm actually curious.
Oh,
as
maybe
to what
half
this
dime?
is. It seems. No, I see the number 10 on it.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
thinking an aluminum token, maybe.
Oh, yeah, I agree. Probably one of those play tokens, Charlie.
Oh no, really?
Yep, an
we'll
aluminum
see.
play token.
Or a foreign coin?
Could be a foreign coin. Most likely, with that big 10 that I'm seeing, most likely play token. Yep.
Yeah.
It's going to be an aluminum plate token.
Yeah.
Well, you know what's crazy, Rich, is his aluminum plate token looks 100 times better than all the wheat pennies we found. All right, we are still in this front yard. We've been in this front yard about, I don't know, what would you say, Rich, 6 hours so far, maybe? 5 hours?
Something like that.
And it's not a huge front yard. I mean, from the house to that point right there is all it is. And we've just been finding thing after thing after thing. And now later in the day, we're getting on some old stuff. Go figure. Rich said he's got another copper.
Pretty deep down here.
Oh, that one looks a little bit bigger.
It looks thick.
Well, let's take a look. So far, the copper coins, large and small, have had very little detail. Let's hope you have enough to at least make out what it is.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I see it.
Yep.
Drape bust.
Drape bust.
And that's going to potentially be 1700s.
Yeah, it's not great, but you
Not
can see
great.
her.
I saw it. Right there. I can see her absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah.
And I can almost see a date at the bottom, Rich. Almost. Not quite. Can you see it?
No.
Maybe I'll get it. I'll put on the 5 magnifier and see if I can see what it is. It actually has a lot better detail than I thought it was going to have.
It's not
I can
bad.
see it. I can see the wreath on the
It's so
back
red.
and everything. Well, maybe when it dries off.
Yeah.
But I mean, heck, to have the full silhouette of Liberty, some of the date, the hair bonnet, everything. Incredible, man. Your second possible 1700s coin. The first one may have been held by George Washington. This one, maybe not. It would have been close to the end of his life.
Yep.
Well, that's an incredible find, Rich. Congratulations, man. If we can get a date, I will brag about it forever. Well, we finally made it around to the back of the house. Equally as impressive, massively large. This could have been an inn on its own, Doug. It's so long. And the blacksmith shop is right behind where that building was now. And Rich has the first find back here. He says it's old and he says I'm going to like it. I do like the old stuff. Oh, is that a button?
Yeah.
I think I see a shank bent over.
Yep, it's real thin. And look at that shank.
Oh, man.
You can tell it's colonial already.
It looks like an old wire shank.
Yep.
Let's see if you'll get. Now, you found one similar size in the front yard. It didn't have a shank.
Right.
So we didn't film that one. This might be his evil cousin. Well, there's Rich's button, and interesting indeed. Wire shank that was brazed on. There's some writing in the middle that looks like it said stand and then color. May have said standard color, or they just truncated the standard word. Big wreath going around 3/4 of it, both left and right, and meeting down the bottom. And there might even be some writing up at the top. I can't make out if that's just more decoration or another word. And the whole thing is probably a little bigger than 1/4, so it's a really good size.
Yeah.
The front just plain. I don't see anything on it under that little bit of bumpy corrosion, but very fancy backside. Always strange when you put the fancy on the backside of a button, because whoever sees it, like literally no one, until it falls off your clothes. I could see putting your name on there, but like to decorate the back for no one to ever see, it just seems like wasted money. But what the heck do I know? I didn't make buttons. That's a really cool find, Rich. Well done.
Thanks.
So all day long in the front yard, all the guys found stuff, and I only found wheat pennies. And I'm not complaining. It happens. We all have our day. But in the backyard, I got something that at least is cool that I can hang my hat on, Rich. I dug down already. It was coming up like a 46, 47. I picked it up, and I thought it was a grommet because it just looked, with more dirt on it, it looked
Right.
too thick.
Oh yeah.
But when I saw that shank, I immediately dropped it, because this means it's going to be a
Nice.
smushed 2-piece button.
Yeah. So you want me to brush it
And
on
2-piece
film?
buttons always have an image on them, if you don't mind. Now,
I already see it.
You do?
I already
Is it an
see it.
eagle or is it something unique?
It's unique.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, you're gonna
All right,
like it.
all right.
And I've seen these. I'm pretty sure it's in the Albert's book.
I don't even want to look yet. My eyes are closed, Rich. Just tap me on the hand when you're done.
I'm done.
All right, put it in my hand. I'm not looking. Is it facing me?
It is.
All right, here we go. For the first time, I'm going to take a look at it.
I think I've seen this before. In the book, I think.
Oh, what is that? Is that a livery button?
I think it is, yeah.
Oh,
It looks
wow.
A big cat or a... I don't know.
Oh, now I got to really clean it better. Wow, I've never seen that design before. And it's got to be some sort of a livery, like a hunting button.
Yeah.
All right, let me clean
really
it up.
cool.
Wow, that is going to be really... Well, it made my day, Rich.
Good.
I'm easy to please. Let me clean up and see exactly what I got. That thing's going to be bad to the bone.
Along that line, sort of.
All right, Doug came over. Doug, I cleaned this thing up. I absolutely love it. It's
Okay.
right up my alley. Are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
I got super
Well, you've
lucky
been
with this
crying
one.
like a
I have been
baby
crying.
all day.
One thing is all you need to turn your day around.
Yep.
Look at that. It's a two-piece button with a running fox on it.
You sure that's not a coyote?
I'm not sure, but even if it is, it's still the same
Too
coolness
big
level.
for a fox. That is so cool.
I
And
know.
that's old.
And the outside rim has a design going around it of, what do you think it is, a coyote?
I'm sure
Fox, coyote.
it's something game worthy.
Well, they hunted foxes. I don't. Did they
Yeah.
hunt coyotes for sport back
Well,
then?
they
Yeah.
don't hunt them for sport. They usually hunt them to.
Keep them away from their chickens.
Well.
I think coyotes are even harder to find than foxes.
Well, I love my button, and as I was cleaning it, Rich got something over there that he said goes with it or
Oh
similar.
yeah, it's very similar.
All right, let me-
Yeah, you're.
I know. I got to pick it up. It's dragging. Let's go see what Rich has that could be similar to the ultimate Samantha Fox button.
Samantha Fox.
What was that volcano that erupted, Doug? Krakatoa?
Well, yeah, Krakatoa did. Mount St. Helens did.
Well, the joke was though that your crack was hanging out.
Oh,
Jeez, you didn't even get that?
Krakatoa.
That's what I said. You were the walking Krakatoa.
Oh, okay.
All right, let's see. Rich said he's got something that goes with it. He's pointing.
Look in the hole.
Oh, Rich, didn't I find that exact same thing?
I don't know.
I found this exact same one, Rich. It was a pin.
Yeah, it's a pin.
We were doing, her name
You
was
could
Jane.
bend
It
it,
was
I
your
think.
friend, Doug. Your friend Jane.
Martyr Farm.
No. Peggy?
Peggy, I mean.
Somewhere in the alphabet.
Mine, I think, was a little different, but it was a
it,
dog
dog
pin
or
about
something?
the same
Yeah,
size.
yeah.
Let's take a look at Rich's dog.
Slate.
All right, well, there is Rich's. Is it a miniature schnauzer, Rich?
I don't know, a Yorkie.
I don't think you're going to find them much smaller than that.
He does fit in the palm of my hand.
Won't take much food.
That's very cool. It was an old pin, like a women's pin. I guess not necessarily a
Oh,
woman,
okay.
but typically a woman's pin.
Dog lover's pin.
Any
Yeah,
dog
there you
lover
go.
would suffice.
Yeah.
And nice pointy tail too. You almost would have got yourself. That would look great on your shirt because you are, after all,
Tag dog, yeah.
miniature dog tag Doug.
There you go.
Well, great find, Rich. That is a nice one.
Thanks.
All sorts of animal memorabilia in the back.
Yeah.
Let's see if we can get that hippopotamus pin, Charlie. All right, in the backyard, we're all starting to get on some stuff. Charlie, the Heritage Relic Hunter, said he's got something cool.
I thought it was a little crotobell. I thought, but it's not.
Okay. Let's take a look.
Right here it is.
Oh, what is that?
I thought it was a crotobell. It's a ring.
It's a ring?
I think so.
Oh, you're right. It's a signet ring. It looks like it might be a copper signet ring. Similar to the style Doug had.
Really? Yeah.
It's bigger. Doug's was for a kid. This is for maybe a teenager. You son of a gun. 2 rings today.
Yeah.
I mean, definitely a costume. You can
Right,
see how
right.
the band folds over on itself. But there could be a marking in there, or there may have been like a fake stone, glued in at
Right.
one time. It's worth a brush down, Charlie, because I think it's
Worth
going to
a
be
brush
fancy on the sides.
Yes.
Let's take a brush and see what you got.
Okay.
Even though it's a costume, it's still pretty cool.
Right.
All right, here's Charlie's ring. And even though it's not precious, this is awesome, Charlie. He cleaned it up, and on both sides, it has this same marking. 2 baseball bats with a baseball, and written in a font script at the top, it says Ted Williams. It's hard to see. This side would be the same thing. Let's see if it's any better. Oh, maybe a little better. Ted Williams, cross baseball bats. Now, the best thing about it, the top is this area here that apparently had something that we thought may have been a stone. What it had was, I'm going to show a photo of it, it had a 2-inch tall Ted Williams figure that was swinging at a ball that stuck out from the side and shot up in the air. Absolutely incredible. It was a Nabisco cereal mail away. I bet hardly any of these survived.
Right.
If you can find that plastic Ted Williams figure in the hole, that would be even more incredible. But what an amazing find. Old baseball memorabilia going all the way back to the 40s.
Right.
Absolutely sensational.
Yeah,
Way to
I
go,
like it.
Charlie. That was
Yep.
killer.
Yep.
All right, this signal was nice, and I just missed a disaster. There's my signal, 32, 33. Before I dug it, it was bouncing up a little bit higher. I pulled this out from about 4 or 5 inches deep, and I immediately knew it was a fatty. And I was like, oh man, if that's a flying eagle, Doug is going to just have a heart attack on his birthday, no less. And then luckily, it's a fatty Indian. Whew! There's only, 5 or 6 years of coins that were this fat, and the likelihood of it being a flying eagle was fairly high. But it is a fatty, and I can't see the date. The fatties were 1859 to 1864. I didn't clean the back yet. Oh, there is a shield at the top, so it's not the 59. It lacked the shield in 59. So it's an 1860 to 1864 fatty Indian. Don't know what year it is exactly. I'll have to figure it out later because the sun's starting to go down and we're all getting on some stuff in the backyard of this 1740s house. So let's keep going and try to finish the day strong. Rich just dug up the 3rd pocket watch from this area. Charlie had the other 2 earlier today. And now Charlie's got something else cool that he said, oh, you're gonna like it. And I like hearing that. Let's see. Oh, it's all, oh, Charlie. I think I see it.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a button.
Oh,
I think it's a collar disc. Yep.
Okay.
On the back for the collar disc would be just a stud.
Okay.
And it's very yep, it's a collar disc.
World War II probably?
Well, I don't know yet. We'd have to clean up a little bit, but it's going to be a collar disc. It would go on the collar.
Yes.
And it has the cross rifles on there.
Rifles or cannons?
They look like they're rifles, but I can't tell. It's still dirty.
We'll clean it up. It's really cool, Charlie.
Yeah, that is cool. All right, this is the back of Charlie's collar disc. This peg right here would have been threaded and you would punch it through your collar. There's no markings or writing on it. They did make these for quite a long time, but I'd have to think if there's crossed muskets, it would have to have some really good age to it. But we're not really sure, and I wouldn't even begin to date it.
It is Army, by the way.
It is Army? All right.
It is Army.
Well, it's super cool. I'm glad you got it. We haven't found one in quite a while, and I know you love the military stuff most of all, so that's a great find for your collection, sir. Way to go.
Trying to trick me?
I was just testing you, Rich. Charlie has a coin that he said could be a silver. I looked at it, and one side looks silver shiny, but the other side looks dirty clad. So I think it's either going to be a silver coin or a brand new Roosevelt dime. I don't know. Rich looked at it, but I asked him not to tell me what it was because I like to be surprised.
I believe it's a silver.
All right, definitely a rosy. This is the side I was saying looks claddy.
Yeah.
And look at that side. Real shiny, and the date is going to be, can you see it, Rich?
Let me hold it.
It might be clad. It's
Don't
hard to
tell
tell.
me that.
It's hard to tell.
So
It's clad. It's no good.
It's a year and a half old.
It's so shiny because it's only made 2021.
It can't be.
Charlie, of all the years I've known you, that's the newest coin you've ever found. Congratulations.
It's so shiny though.
All right, let's see if I can have a lucky ending to what started off as a slow beginning.
Where are we looking?
This was a nice one, Charlie. Let me drop my headphones so they could hear it. 49.51. That was coming up before I dug the hole. No, it's in this clump right here, Rich.
Oh, really? I guess I just saw some
Right
green.
there. Now, it's either going to be a large cent or a large button. One of the two. Did you see more green? It might have been from it could have been from the
impression.
Do you have a flashlight, Rich? Because my hands are full.
Looks kind of thin.
It's very
but
thin.
Let's see.
I didn't feel a shank on that first white.
It's the edge is reeded.
Oh, you're right. Look at that. Oh, I hope it's not a cog.
Here.
I hope it's not a cog. Maybe it was a coin turned into a cog.
Here, let me.
Rich, can you if you brush this, I'll hold the flashlight because I can't do both. I'm hoping it was a coin turned into a.
I'm trying to be gentle. Oh yeah.
Is it a coin?
Is it a coin?
Dude,
No way.
what is this?
Is it something cool?
1832.
It's a button, I
What
believe.
is
No,
it?
it's not a button.
No?
Can you hold this flashlight,
Yes.
Rich?
What is that?
Where do you even see a date?
Yeah.
At the bottom.
Oh, 1832?
Yeah.
It looks like a flower or something on it.
Some kind of a strange coin. That
Here,
we
we should
we're-
clean it and come
yeah.
back because it's gonna take a little
All right.
careful
Let
work.
me clean it up and we're going to come back. Get me with the light on it, Rich, just so I can get a good look at it.
It's so thin.
I can hardly see it. And it's weird. The edge is like a cog. We're going to clean it up slow and we're going to come back. This could be something really unique.
I'll say.
All right, well, we cleaned it up, and this is a bizarre one. I had to Google it, I'm not afraid to say, because I had no idea what it was. At the bottom is a date, 1832, and going around the top it says half penny token, and then Rich recognized the image in the middle is like a dandelion. So that kind of gave us a starting point. And then I thought, man, what a weird reeded edge that's on this thing. But I think it was done after the fact, Charlie. Like whoever had this coin did it. Look at what they did to this side. Look at the edge work that the person did on there. And I still don't know who that guy is in the middle, but we did realize that this is a Canadian 1832 half penny token. Why they did that crazy design on the edge work, that is just bizarre. It looks like a pie.
Yeah, it does.
Well, I want to go find some more stuff. It's almost dark, Charlie. We're really running out of daylight. But after a find like that, man, I want to get on something else cool.
That's cool.
That
I
was
like
super cool. I love it. Let's see if we can finish really strong. Awesome. Well, as I was digging that weird half penny token thing from 1832, Rich called and I came over. My camera is dying. I mean, I'm at like 2% battery, so I can't even plug the microphone in right now. But Rich found this, and you can see 5C, which I thought was cents, but I'm not really sure exactly what I'm looking at. I don't know if it's a coin, could be a coin weight. I just don't know, and it's square. And this side, you can see an X with like a circle at the top. I don't even know if it's upside down. It could be like hockey sticks. This is bizarre. We're finding some really wacky stuff in the back. But if my token thing was 1832, this very well could be just as old. I don't know. But it's almost dark and we don't want to waste any time. I'm going to give this to Rich because, man, we're pulling some really cool things out of the ground. Awesome find on this thing, Rich.
Thanks. Who knows what it is?
Don't, not me. Well, it's getting really dark and it's going to be hard to focus on things, so we'll see how this clip goes. Rich and I were doing the garden before we leave, and they said we could do the garden. They've been very accommodating to us. Rich had a good signal. I came over and swung over it too, and it was like a 50. Hard to get a good swing over it now with the plug flipped, but Rich cut the plug, and I see in the side of this clump, there is a large copper coin. Here, I'll hold this, Rich. Let's see. Oh man, you might have another one. I don't think it's going to be a button. It looks...
No, it's a coin. Let me get my brush here.
I don't want to blow it out with too much light, but it's dark. All right, this is a really odd angle, Rich, because it's so dark. If we hold it downward going up, what a wacky show this is. But we can see it's a braided hair, large cent. Not much detail on this side at all. Go ahead and pull the light away. This is what we're looking at. You can see it is bad. But for some reason, the shadow coming up.
Does that help from back here?
Well, you can shine it all around, but only that one angle really gave me anything. But it's a braided hair, 1830s, 40s, early 50s. This side, we can see the 1 cent. You know, we didn't even do this garden area, which is pretty big. We've been here maybe 30 seconds in this garden, and I pulled like an 1830's button, which I can't even record today, and then you pull a large scent. Absolutely incredible.
Yep.
We're gonna come back in a couple days and finish up with the homeowner. At least Doug and I will. Hopefully you and Charlie can make it.
I hope.
Because we already have a different house lined up next Saturday. So we're gonna squeeze in a second trip to this place because it's been absolutely fabulous. We're gonna try to find Doug. We'll swing our way out, but man, what an incredible day. Oh man, what an awesome house it's been so far. You know, like I said in the video, we're going back one more time to finish up that massive backyard. But in this video alone, 4 large copper coins. The braided hair large cent and the drape bust large cent that could creep into the 1700s. My super cool 1830s Canadian large cent that they cut into a pie shape. And the super old King George large cent that could have actually been held in George Washington's hand, at least with a little imagination. Doug's gigantic walking Liberty silver half dollar. He finds more of them than anyone else I know. The awesome Fox livery button that I got, Charlie's collar disc, this and so much more. We are going to dive into everything this Thursday night on the live quarter after show right here on the YouTube channel. I hope you guys will all join us. We'll answer all sorts of questions, talk more about this episode, and just have a fun time. So let me go get ready for the big show. I'm hoping to see all of you there. And otherwise, thanks for watching, everybody. Happy hunting, and I will see you on the next one. Later.